Hey, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, the tri state areas of New Jersey, Connecticut, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, rhymes with now or later. Your host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, creator, YouTuber, and of course, Queens, New York native who is also a New York Mets fan and New York Giants fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you're now rocking with me by listening, tuning in, streaming, and watching the 432nd episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast, the platform for various topics and music news. There's a little bit of mass transit in New York City, a little bit of LARR, Metro North, a little bit of subways and buses, and a little bit of movie news. There's TV news. There's a little bit of everything in between. All right. All right. So live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube. And if you miss any episodes whatsoever, please feel free to do some catching up on the episodes on the YouTube channel page. Is where you could click on that subscribe button on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555, where you can see all the episodes already uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. Leave a like and a comment alongside with the episodes and topics. And also, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and your review. With your feedback, it helps the channel grow, and along with how you feel about the topics, just comment below on YouTube, and of course comment on Apple Podcasts. And also you can share this podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you are cool with from work, some friends, some neighbors, whoever you can think of, and just spread the word, because word of mouth is important. All right. I got a lineup of topics, especially some fun activities to do when it comes to this weekend, and along with some Christmas events that's happening. All right, so I got you with that, with the rundown segment of Remains to Be Seen in a couple of minutes. So I got you with that. So let's cut to the chase with this. The New York Mass Transit Files. All right. I hope y'all are having a nice week, and I hope y'all are ready for Christmas and everything else in between. So let's get to it. All right, time for some transit talk. See what's going on with our subways and buses and everything else in between. So, all right. So first things first, we gotta talk about the TWU for set. Yes, so I saved this for quite some time. I'm going to actually get into this right here. So here's what's happening. According to the folks from AMNY, NYC horse carriage drivers are retaliating against Mayor Eric Adams' new executive order, which was announced on September 17th, which creates a pathway towards ending the controversial industry in NYC. The Transport Workers Union of America and Local 100, which represents the drivers, kicked off an ad campaign on Friday, blasting Adams for what members call his betrayal of the Central Park horse carriage. By initiating the order and supporting Riders' Law, a bill that would be the beginning of the end of the historic industry in the iconic park. Whew. Wow. Yeah. The campaign will include newspaper, radio, TV, and social media spots aimed at defending the industry's workers against the bill. The campaign began with two full page ads that ran in local newspapers that took place on September 19th. One ad features a large photo of Adams holding money with a message that calls him a corrupt politician and a backstabber. The campaign will cost nearly $1 million. The union plans to continue the blitz. Um, already happened through November. Um, there hasn't been any updates, so I'll circle back when I hear anything. The TWU International President John Samuelson said the mayor is pushing the industry out of the city in order to make room for more profitable real estate options where the main carriage horse stable is located on West 52nd Street. Um, what's going on here is that Eric Adams has thrown his lot in with Manhattan real estate developers, Samuelson said. They want to vacate the stables so they can put up skyscrapers, condominium towers, and office towers. And they need to get rid of 170 carriage drivers to do it. So Eric Adams is now Mayor Backstabber. In addition to issuing Executive Order 56 that took place on September 17th, which directs agencies to prepare for the industry's end. The mayor also urged the NYC Council to pass Riders' Law, which would ban horse carriage rides by June 1st, 2026, while directing the city to create a workforce program to help drivers get new jobs. Let's see. Eric Adams is betraying 170 blue collar TWU horse carriage drivers who operate in and around Central Park, Samuelson said. He's betraying commitments he's made to me personally, to the TWU Local 100 personally. Damn. Damn. That's fucking rough, man. That's fucking rough and tough, man. Yeah. Damn. Union says horses are humanely treated, not to be overlooked. Is the animal welfare concern at the center of the issue, which was intensified after a series of high profile incidents involving carriage horses have taken center stage in recent years. In 2022, carriage horse rider collapsed in Hell's Kitchen during a heat wave, sparking outrage from animal advocates, of course, Peter, of course. Um, Ryder recovered from the collapse but later died of cancer that October. The majestic animal prompted his namesake bill, sponsored by NYC Counsel Robert Holden of Queens. Sheesh. That's insane, man. And sorry to hear about the horse that passed away. That's 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 really fucked up though. But anyway, yeah, it is fucked up anyway. So it is what it is. Anyway, more recently, carriage horse lady collapsed and died from an aortic rupture near Times Square. Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, yes. More recently, carriage horse lady collapsed and died from an aortic rupture near Times Square, raising further concerns from animal advocates about the safety and humane treatment of the animals. Samuelson of the TWU, along with others from the union, vehemently denied that the animals are mistreated and singled out Adams for perpetrating a lie through his executive order. And worse, he perpetrated um, a lie that the horses are mistreated. The union had said the horses are not mistreated; they are being very humanely treated. Dr. Gabriel Cook, an equine surgeon who provides veterinary care to the carriage horses, said it is untrue that the carriage horses should not work. They have been working essentially for over 5,000 years and in the Americas since the um what 1500s 1500s 1500s. um they have help from they have help for form, excuse me, our civilization, he said. The issue for me is not whether horses should work. They should. However, we must provide consistent medical care and regulations to ensure the health, well being, and safety of our equine friends. Cook cares for the horses by visiting the stable, performing physical exams, and acts as the gatekeeper, he said, to ensure the animals are healthy and sound. I will not endorse or allow any horse to work if they have any medical issues at all, he said. Ending the NYC horse carriage industry, a spokesperson for Adams said the mayor stands with the overwhelming majority of New Yorkers who support a ban on the carriages and not with other obscene and baseless claims from the union. End quote. This misinformation being pushed doesn't change the facts. These characters are dangerous for everyday New Yorkers, the spokesperson said. What's especially disappointing is that this claim ignores our commitment to support carriage drivers through the transition, including identifying new employment opportunities. The safety and health risks to both the public and the horses are well documented and cannot be ignored. That's why we're moving forward with real solutions, not distractions. Meanwhile, two of Adams' opponents in the 2025 NYC mayoral election applauded his zona's executive order. Um, End quote. Today, once For once, I agree with the mayor. Republican and independent mayoral candidate Kurt Sliwa said on Thursday. I have long supported council member Robert Holden's Riders Law because it is past time to end the cruel and barbaric horse carriage industry and move to humane alternatives. My wife Nancy and I stand ready to help in any way possible to get this finally done. City Council should bring Riders Law to a vote immediately. Independent candidate Andrew Cuomo, I'm glad he fucking lost, said last week he and his opponents agree on the NYC horse carriage industry. As mayor, I will seek a full ban on horse-drawn carriages in the city, he said. My opponents and I have different visions for the future of New York City, but this is one issue where we are all in agreement. Let's free the horses. Okay, next transit topic we gotta talk about here is a Bronx stabbing. Police are looking for the suspects behind a rush hour stabbing at a busy Bronx subway station on Friday morning that left a man wounded. According to law enforcement sources, the attack occurred at around 7:30 a.m. that took place on November 7th at the Kingsbridge Road subway station, home to the 4 train. The 45-year-old male victim was, hang on a sec, yes, was on the mezzanine of the station when 3 men approached and surrounded him. The group of men started arguing, but the scenario escalated when the trio, who were unknown to the victim, whipped out a sharp object, police sources said. The suspects used the object to allegedly stab the victim multiple times in his left leg, buttocks, and torso, immediately fleeing the station on foot before officers from the 52nd Precinct and Transit District 11 arrived on scene. EMS also responded and rushed the bloodied victim to St. Barnabas Hospital in stable condition. It is unclear at this time what the motive was behind the attack. Police released surveillance photos of the male suspects on Saturday who remain at large. They are each described as having a dark complexion, approximately 30 to 40 years old. One was last seen wearing a beige coat and light colored sweatshirt. Another was wearing camouflage pants and a gray sweatshirt. And the third suspect was last seen wearing a black jacket, black jeans, and white sneakers. To date, no arrests have been made, but the investigation is ongoing. Of course, anyone with information regarding the attack can call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS. For Latinos who speak Spanish, you can dial 888-57-PISTA. You can also submit tips online at Crime Stoppers at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org or on X, formerly Twitter, at NYPD Tips. All calls and messages are kept confidential. All right. The next transit topic we got to talk about is, hang on a second. Yeah, the next one we got to talk about is another attack, and this one is in Brooklyn. Police are searching for 3 assailants they attacked. The suspect attacked and robbed a 33-year-old man aboard a Brooklyn 2 train late last month. Cops said the incident took place at 11:30 p.m. that took place on October 25th aboard a southbound 2 train traveling toward the Flatbush Avenue station located within the NYPD's 67th precinct and Transit District 33 confines. According to police, the suspected perpetrators, 2 men and 1 woman, approached the victim and began arguing with him. The suspects then punched and kicked the victim in the head and body and at one point brandished a knife, police said. They took the victim's black book bag, which police valued at roughly $46, and left the train at the Flatbush Avenue station and fled on foot to unknown locations. The victim was taken to Kings County Hospital in stable condition, cops said. Police described the suspects as all being of dark complexion and between the ages of 17 and 20. They said one of the male suspects was wearing a gray t-shirt adorned with cartoon characters, like blue jeans, black sneakers, and was carrying a black book bag. He also had black and blonde dreadlocks and was the one who allegedly brandished the knife. They described the second male suspect as wearing a black sweater, black pants, white and black sneakers, and a multicolored book bag. They say he had black and blonde dreadlocks. According to cops, the female suspect had a black sweater, light blue jeans, black sneakers, and black hair tied into ponytails. They say she was carrying a black book bag and donning light colored headphones. The NYPD classifies the incident as a robbery, which it says is up 9% in the 67th precinct through December 7th, which was last week. Compared to the same period last year, there have been 264 reported robberies in the 67th precinct so far this year. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to call the NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577 TIPS, which is 8477, or for people for the Latinos who speak Spanish, you can dial 1-888-57-PISTA, which is 74782. The public can also submit their tips by logging onto the Crime Stoppers website at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org or on X at NYPD Tips. All calls and messages are kept confidential. Let's see. The next transit topic we have to talk about. I know I talked about this recent swap. I mean, everybody is like, I know I talked about the recent swap. That's crazy, man. That's crazy though, man. But before I do that, excuse me. Shoot. Let's go to all right, let's go to the reactions of the subway riders who found out that the F and M train has been swapped. Let's get into this right here. So Queens F and M train riders gave mixed reactions to the two lines swapping their paths between the World's Borough and Manhattan on Monday, the first day of the service change. F trains are now traveling via the 53rd Street tunnel between Queens and Manhattan, while M trains are running on the 63rd Street tunnel through Roosevelt Island. Although the change is permanent, it is only in effect between 6 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. on weekdays. During late nights and weekends, the F train will run on the 63rd line, while M trains run between Middle Village, Metropolitan Avenue in Queens and Brooklyn or Lower Manhattan. Top Metropolitan Transportation Authority brass says they made the swap to clear a merge issue at the Queens Plaza station, which they said was showing, excuse me, which they said was slowing down all four trains that run below Queens Boulevard, the F, M, E, and R trains. They contend the change will lead to more on-time service for the 1.2 million riders who frequent those lines and reduce crowding on trains serving the affected stations. Speaking to reporters at the Roosevelt Island station on Monday morning, NYC Transit President Demetrius Critchlow said the change eliminates a problem that has existed for years. You've been waiting at Queens Plaza and you are waiting for that E train. And all of the sudden the M local cuts in front of you and you are waiting, Critchlow said. That will be a thing of the past. No more will that happen. As the MTA rolled out the change for the first time on Monday, trains on the F and E lines were running with delays due to a switch problem at 5th Avenue, 53rd Street. One of those stations now served by the F train instead of the M. The issue caused large crowds on the platforms at Roosevelt Avenue, Jackson Heights, as observed by AM New York. The MTA was still working on resolving the issue by the time of publication. Straphangers, who will now catch the M train at 21st Street, Queensbridge, rather than the F, offered a variety of responses to the shakeup. One rider who identified herself as Kylie Jocelyn told AM New York that she finds the change a little confusing and thinks it doesn't seem that necessary, but she added that it will not impact her own commute. I think they end up going to the same stops that I go, Jocelyn said. Another writer who gave the name Ray expressed a similar sentiment. He said that while the swap will not affect his commute, he thinks that it's not being in effect all the time could cause confusion. And it's ridiculous, he said. You want to switch the F train and the M train, that's fine. But why the only during the weekday thing? Why do we have to switch back from the M to the F weeknights and weekends? It's gonna be confusing for some people. Asked about that decision during the news conference, NYC Transit Executive Vice President of Subways, Bill Amorosa Jr. said it is keeping the M's usual schedule, where it runs on the Queens Boulevard line during only during peak hours. On late nights and weekends, the M just runs between Middle Village and Manhattan. It's similar to other routes around the system that have a different pattern on weekdays than they do overnight, Omarosa Jr. said. We think customers will get used to it and we'll be sure to make lots of announcements and have signage up so people know when the service changes. I don't know about that one right there, folks. For all you New Yorkers right there, it's it's not easy to adjust. It's not easy to fucking adjust to all these changes. So, nobody likes fucking changes. You know what I'm saying? And a third writer, Khan Lu, said the switch means that she will now have several more stops to Roosevelt Avenue, Jackson Heights, where buses that connect to LaGuardia Airport stop. Before, if I'm going to say LaGuardia, it was just one stop on the F train, Lou said. Now I have one, two, three, four, five, six stops in between. So that's the downsides of the switch going to the airport. Oh Lord. Yeah, it's fucking insane, man, what they just did. It's insane. It's fucking insane. Let's see. Okay, let me see something here. Um, all right, so that's crazy, man. You know what I mean? That's really crazy. That's really crazy, though. Hold on. Lord. Oh man. Yeah, so we got two teams. We got two teams that got either slashed or sucker punched. This one in particular, he got sucker punched in Queens, which is so fucking messed up. Um, yeah, so fucking messed up here, man. You know. Hold on 1 second here, folks. Okay. All right, let's get into chatting on the jazz. Unfortunately, we got some news in regards to a 13-year-old in Queens. All right. So this happened, hold on a second. Let me just yeah, so this happened 2 months ago actually. In October. Yeah, it happened in October of October 9th, I guess. So according to the folks from QNS, a Queens grand jury indicted a South Jamaica teenager on murder and other charges related to the fatal shooting of a 13-year-old Sanjay Samuel in the parking lot of a Cambria Heights Dunkin' Donuts as the youngster walked to school in September. The 16-year-old was arraigned in October 9th in the Queens Supreme Court on an indictment charging him with murder in the second degree and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, and was ordered held without bail. The shooting death of Sanjay Samuel shocked our city, Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz said. As alleged, the 13-year-old victim was senselessly murdered by another teenager who pulled out a gun and fired a round into Samuel's head. Oh boy. This is fucking insane. This is fucking insane, man. All right, let me give credit real quick actually to the creators of The Simpsons and directors, producers, and everyone who created The Simpsons, the catchphrases, and everything else in between. So, so yeah, Matt Groening and along with everyone else, this credit is for you and the crew. All right. So let me just get into let's get into this. Let's get into it. So, according to the charges on the morning of Monday that took place on September 22nd, Samuel of 226th Street in Springfield Gardens was on his way to school at 8:15 a.m. and was passing in front of the Dunkin' Donuts shop at 20815 Linden Boulevard when he stopped to talk with some friends. The defendant approached the victim on a scooter and the two teens began arguing. The 16-year-old pulled out a loaded semi-automatic firearm weapon, of course, from the front pocket of his sweatshirt and pistol whipped the youngster in the face. Samuel fought back and punched his attacker. Oh boy. Man, this is fucking insane, man. Um, let me see. So during the altercation, the defendant aimed the weapon at Samuel's head and fired the gun one time, striking Samuel in the side of his head with a bullet. The charges state the defendant ran back to his scooter while still holding the firearm and rode off southbound on Nashville Boulevard towards Francis Lewis Boulevard. Police from the 105th precinct responded to a 911 call of a boy shot at the location and found Samuel lying on the pavement with a gunshot wound to the side of his head. EMS rushed him to Cohen Children's Medical Center, where he was listed in critical condition. He remained in a coma on life support with no sign of brain activity for 2 days. Samuel succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead on Wednesday, September 24th. The South Jamaica teen was the subject of an intense police manhunt, and a day after the NYPD released a surveillance image of the defendant running to his scooter while holding the firearm, he surrendered at the 105th precinct, accompanied by the attorney on Saturday, September 26th. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, sorry about that. At his arraignment, October 9th arraignment, at his October 9th arraignment, Queen's Supreme Court Justice Bruna D. Baez continued remand and ordered the defendant to return to court on November 21st. If convicted of the top count, he faces up to 25 years to life in prison. The 16-year-old defendant is now indicted on murder charges for this completely senseless act of violence and faces up to 25 years to prison, 25 years to life in prison, Katz said. My office will continue to invest in youth services while also holding to account those who choose to inflict gun violence in our communities. We got a 14-year-old who got sucker punched. We got a 14-year-old who got sucker punched. Police are on the hunt for a grown man um, who sucker punched a teenage girl in a random Queens attack last month. According to police sources, the disturbing incident occurred at 11:17 a.m. That took place on November 26th near 184th Street and the Horace Harding Expressway in Fresh Meadows. Cops say the victim, a 14-year-old girl, was walking on the sidewalk when a grown man punched her across the side of her face. Police said the attack was random and without warning. The attacker fled on foot westbound along Horace Harding Expressway, law enforcement sources said. Officers from the 107th precinct responded to the incident. The child suffered minor injuries to her face but did not require hospitalization. Police said the perpetrator was last seen wearing a blue baseball hat, blue jacket, gray pants, and gray sneakers. Police are asking for anyone who recognizes him to come forward. Anyone with information regarding the incident can call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS. And for my Latino people who speak Spanish, you can dial 888-57-PISTA. You can also submit tips online at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org or on X, formerly Twitter, NYPD tips. All calls and messages are kept confidential. Okay, let's see what else to talk about. All right, let's see. Drake. Hold on a second. Hang on one second. As a matter of fact, before I go on to Drake, let's go on to Bad Bunny because let's go on to Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bad Bunny, he got chosen to perform at halftime show Super Bowl 60. And according to the folks from Billboard, and it's official, Bad Bunny will headline the 2026 Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show, which is taking place on February 8th, 2026 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. And what I'm feeling goes beyond myself. Bad Bunny said in a statement about the news, "It's for those who came before me and ran countless yards so I could come in and score a touchdown. This is for my people, my culture, and our history." I'm not gonna read the Spanish part because I can't really pronounce it. So all right, moving on. This will be the second time that the Puerto Rican megastar has graced the Super Bowl halftime show stage, having been a guest performer during Shakira and J-Lo's set back in 2020. And the artist born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio has had another monster year. Not to be not to be confused with not to be confused with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. No relation. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So let me see. Has another monster. Yes. So after releasing his sixth solo album, in Jan, I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm gonna spell this out, man, because that's how I'm gonna do it. Because I can't really pronounce it. So it's DEBITIRAMASFOTOS in January, which topped the Billboard 200, becoming his fourth number one on the chart and saw each of its 17 songs reach the Billboard Hot 100, giving him more than 100 Hot 100 hits in his career. He launched an ambitious and hugely successful 30-date residency in Puerto Rico, which was so big that it boosted the island's economy and attracted numerous high-profile guests. Bad Bunny's appearance will come a year after Kendrick Lamar headlined this past February at the height of the rapper's feud with Drake. Oh gosh, thank God that shit is over. Prior to Lamar, um, Usher 2024, Rihanna 2023, Dr. Dre and Friends 2022, The Weeknd 2021, and of course Jennifer Lopez, aka J Lo, and Shakira 2020 headlined the show since Jay-Z's Rock Nation took over booking the event in a deal with the NFL in 2019. Lamar's halftime show performance set a record as the most watched of all time at 133.5 million viewers, reportedly drawing an audience larger than the game itself. What Benito has done and continues to do for Puerto Rico is truly inspiring, Jay-Z said in a statement. We are honored to have him on the world's biggest stage. Bad Bunny's career bona fides are undeniable. 4 number one albums, 113 100 Hot 100 hits, including 15 top 10s, 3 Grammys, 1 number one single, and a dizzying array of first and records, both with Spanish language music and overall. Um, he's collaborated with the likes of Cardi B, The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Dua Lipa, Ricky Martin, and J Balvin, among others, and has even had a number of acting cameos, including in Happy Gilmore 2 and Caught Stealing in the past few months alone. He's widely credited as one of the foremost forces that have given Spanish language music such a prominent foothold in the United States on a mainstream level, and will be bringing that now to the biggest stage in the world. Um, Bad Bunny represents the global energy and cultural vibrancy that define today's music scene, said John Barker, Senior VP of Global Event Production for the NFL. In a statement, end quote, as one of the most influential and streamed artists in the world, his unique ability to bridge genres, languages, and audiences makes him an exciting and natural choice to take the Super Bowl halftime stage. We know his dynamic performances, creative vision, and deep connection with fans will deliver the kind of unforgettable experience we've come to expect from this iconic cultural moment. The Super Bowl will be broadcast February 8th live on NBC and will be the seventh year that the halftime show will be programmed by Rock Nation, which is executive producing the show alongside Jesse Collins, produced by DPS, and directed by Hamish Hamilton. Rock also serves as strategic entertainment advisor for the show. It's also the fourth year that Apple Music will be the representing sponsor, having first taken over in 2023 for Rihanna's performance in Phoenix. The halftime show is the ultimate celebration and of music and culture, and few artists embody that intersection more perfectly and authentically than Bad Bunny. Apple VP of Music, Sports, and Beats Oliver Schuster said in a statement, at Apple Music, we've had the privilege of working closely with Bad Bunny over the years and watching his meteoric rise. Meteoric rise into one of the most influential artists of our time has been truly incredible. His music has not been only broken records, but has elevated Latin music to the center of pop culture. And we are thrilled to once again partner with the NFL and Rock Nation to deliver this historic performance to millions of fans worldwide. We know this show will be unforgettable. All right, so let me see what else. Yes, so let's go on to Drake. Two things he did this year after the ground beef between him and Kendrick Lamar. So, according to Hip Hop DX, Drake may have suffered a very public L in his high profile battle with Kendrick Lamar last year, but it doesn't appear to have hurt his popularity. According to chart data, the Six God has just become the first ever artist to amass 120 billion streams on Spotify across all credits, including both his solo output and collaborations with other artists. It means Drake has extended his lead as the most streamed artist on the um, world's most popular music streaming platform. To put that mammoth figure into context, the second most streamed artist on Spotify is Taylor Swift, who has just over 1 billion spins to her name per K Warb, a staggering 10 billion behind Drake. Bad Bunny, who is third on that list, is the only other artist with over 100 billion streams, while The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, and Ed Sheeran all trail with 84.5 billion, 64.2 billion, and 59.6 billion, respectively. Taking a closer look at Drake's catalog, One Dance is the most streamed song on Spotify with over 3.7 billion plays. The Views hit also holds the distinction of being his first solo number one on the Billboard Hot 100 back in 2016. God's Plan follows with 2.8 billion streams, while Passion Fruit 1.9 billion, Work 1.5 billion, and Hotline Bling 1.5 billion round out his top five tracks. It's unclear whether Drake or Spotify plan to celebrate the achievement, but when the Toronto Titan reached 100 billion streams back in 2022, he was honored with his very own FC Barcelona jersey. The Spanish soccer giant, who are sponsored by Spotify, wore special OVO our jerseys during their El, Clas- Clasico clash with fierce rivals Real, Real Madrid that October, fittingly enough. The so called Drake curse appeared to strike again, however, as Barca suffered a 3-1 defeat in that game. Top scorer Robert uh, Lewandowski and Co ended up winning the La Liga title that season, though. So maybe the loss was all part of God's plan. Now I don't know about all that, but there's more to Drake. There's more to Drake actually. So let's get into this. All right, so all right, here's what's going on here. Let's see. All right, so Drake may have suffered a devastating defeat to Kendrick Lamar last year, but that doesn't appear to have damaged his popularity. Despite his reputation taking a hit in the heavyweight rap battle, the Six God has reclaimed his commercial crown by being named the most streamed artist of 2025 by Apple Music. And this is according to the folks from Hip Hop DX. Though the platform has not disclosed his streaming figures as part of its annual Apple Music Replay feature. Drizzy has put out plenty of material this year that has boosted his already staggering box score. Released in February, his Some Sexy Songs for You album with Party Next Door debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 with almost 250,000 first week sales, while breaking the record for the most first day streams on Apple Music for an R&B soul album. The collaborative project also made a splash on the singles charts thanks to Nokia and Give Me a Hug, both of which cracked the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Nokia is Drake's biggest song on Apple Music this year, ranking as the 13th most streamed song on the platform. Drake further heated things up with What Did I Miss? And the Central C assisted which one? Potential offerings from his forthcoming album, Iceman. Um, Apparently, there's no release date for Iceman. Aubrey's archival Kendrick Lamar also put numbers on the board this year, appearing multiple times in Apple Music's top songs of 2025 global playlist. His record-breaking Luther collaboration with SZA is the second most streamed song behind Rose and Bruno Mars. Um, app APT, making it the most popular hip hop and R&B song on the platform this year. Not like us, Kendrick's Grammy-winning Drake disc that dominated 2024 is still going strong, sitting at number 4 on the list, while 30 for 30 with SZA, number 10, TV Off, number 11, Squabble Up, number 22, and Like That with Future and Metro Boomin, number 35, also make the cut. Let's see. So even years old tracks like All the Stars and Money Trees make the top 100, with the former boosted by its inclusion in Kendrick and SZA's historic Super Bowl halftime show in February. Of course, you can check out Apple Music's full top songs of 2025 playlist below and discover your personal Apple Music replay here. All right, so there you go, right there, man. All right. All right, let's see. Let me see. All right, let me see. Um all right, let's talk National Oysters Day. Let's talk about that. Hang on one second. Hold on one second here. Oh man, let's see. Hmm. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, National Oysters. National Oysters Day. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'm pretty sure many of you had oysters before. Well, they have a holiday which takes place on August 5th each year. The U.S. honors a very special mollusk. Mollusk, the oyster for National Oyster Day, enjoyed as seafood in many parts of the world. This fine delicacy needs no introduction, but some certainly thought it could use a celebration. Oh shit. Oh man. Boil it, eat it fresh, put it in soup. There are many delicious ways to feast on oysters, and just as many ways to enjoy this particular day. All right, so oh shit, man, hold on. Let's talk about the history of National Oyster Day, shall we? Oysters have been around for a long time, a very long time. And scientists believe they were one of the Earth's first living inhabitants. In fact, they have found fossils of oysters that date back to when the dinosaurs walked the Earth. Not only have these little jewels been around for ages, but they have also been a source of food for just as long. Early humans preferred tossing oysters into the fire than prying them open with tools or stone, data shows. Archaeologists have also found evidence that proves people from the coastal regions consumed oysters regularly. Fossilized oyster shells from various periods prove this without a doubt. Oysters were important to many civilizations. The Greeks loved them so much that they began to cultivate oysters. They were the very first civilization in the world to do so. Fishermen would scatter pieces of broken pottery in places where oysters grew to encourage baby oysters to attach themselves to the pieces. They would then transport these pieces, or baby oysters, in tow to other places. These guys even found a use for oyster shells, using them to cast ballots during voting time. Greek myths also began to feature the oyster, the famous Greek goddess of beauty and love. Um, uh, Aphrodite is said to have been born from the sea in an oyster. After Greek civilization declined, the Romans took up the mantle, continuing to hold oysters in high regard. They became part of the rich Romans' meals and also appeared in Roman mythology. The Romans' love for the oyster led to overharvesting, however, causing a scarcity. They attempted harvesting and transplanting them, but um, nothing stuck. By the time the world entered the 8th century, this rich man's food was now considered a common delicacy. Between the 18th and 19th centuries, the world entered a period called the Golden Age of Oysters. Even the famous satirist, essayist, poet, and author Jonathan Swift was a fan. No relations to Taylor Swift, folks, so don't get it twisted. Oh shit. There was a massive surge in oyster production, making it cheaper to procure. This led to the oyster being featured in dining rooms across the US and Europe. In the 19th century, New York gained the title of the world's biggest producer of oysters. The New York Harbor apparently held half the world's oysters before it was destroyed by overharvesting and pollution. History also documents how oysters are the reason behind New York building its restaurant trade. Oysters were such an integral part of this city's economy that they even used the shells to pave roads and create cement, amongst other items. Apart from New York, multiple other states like Baltimore, New Orleans, and Philadelphia supplied oysters. They were in abundance that oyster saloons, now called oyster houses, popped up everywhere. These were the precursor to today's oyster raw bars. With the railroad came a way to transport oysters quickly, and this opened up new markets for this delicacy. Two other major developments also spurred the oyster trade: canning and refrigeration. Unfortunately, in a repeat of history, this rising demand led to overharvesting once again, and New York's oyster beds went into decline. While the state did try to introduce foreign oyster species and was moderately successful, this also brought disease, which destroyed most of the beds by the 1900s. The reduced production and increased popularity hiked prices, and the common meal became a rare delicacy once again, where it remains to this day. While we do not know the origins of this day, we know it is celebrated mostly in the US and the UK. Yeah. Now we go to the timeline. 145 million years ago, oysters' long history. Dinosaurs roamed the earth, and oysters live in the sea. Oyster fossils found much later prove this fact. 9600 BC, evidence that people ate oysters. Oyster fossils from the Stone Age, collected from coastal civilizations, suggested this population had oysters as a regular part of their diet. 1726, Gulliver's Travels features oysters, mirroring Jonathan Swift's love for oysters. The protagonist in his famous book, Gulliver's Travels, eats raw oysters after being shipwrecked. 18th to 19th century, the golden age of oysters. Uh, a surge, a surge in production and cheaper prices means oysters are easily available to the masses. They are very popular in the US and Europe. Um, 19th century, New York is the oyster capital. This US city produces most of the world's supply of oysters and becomes an important part of its economy too. 1900s, the delicacy status. New York's oyster beds are destroyed. Oysters are becoming more popular, and soon the prices rise. This dish is now a rare delicacy. All right, let's go to how to celebrate National Oyster Day. You can experiment with oyster recipes. Many people enjoy these delicacies raw with a dash of lemon. Why not try out something new and experiment with your usual recipe? Fry them, boil them, grill them, or pickle them. Oh no, that's not happening. That's not happening, man. You can find a lot of inspiration online. You can get cooking. Check out an oyster bar. Tired of the kitchen? Grab a few friends and go bar hopping. That is oyster bar hopping. Find local guides and websites that have rated various oyster bars and give your favorite ones a visit. You can watch a special documentary. You can check out a documentary or two about oysters and oyster harvesting. We recommend The Oyster Divers by Aaron DeJesus, The Oyster Farmers, which came out in 2017, and many more. Fun facts about oysters. Number one, their homes influence their flavor. Oysters take on characteristics of the water bodies in which they live, which is why East and West Coast US oysters taste very different. Number two, 100 plus species of oysters. There are more than 100 different species of oysters. Number three, Number three, you probably won't find a pearl. Only one out of every 10,000 oysters produces a pearl, and that two in oysters that we don't eat. Oh shit, that's funny, man. Oh shit. Number four, the pearl capital of the world. Seattle, Washington is the world's largest producer of cultivated pearls, aka pearls initiated under controlled conditions. And number five, oysters take a long time to grow. Oysters reach their full size after up to 3 years. Why we love National Oyster Day, you ask? Oysters are very healthy, like all seafood. Oysters are super healthy. Whether you eat them raw or cook them, they still don't lose their nutritional value. With all the proteins and vitamins they give us, it is any wonder they support lung, brain, and even skin health. They are a delicacy. Depending on where you are and how you choose to eat them, each oyster tastes different. They can be buttery, lemony, or even salty. They taste like the ocean they come from and have a flavor that can't be replicated anywhere. We develop environmental awareness. The more we learn about this day, the more we understand how crucial these little molochs are for the environment. Their valves can cleanse an entire ecosystem of pollutants. This day is also a great reminder of how overharvesting can deplete resources at a devastating rate, encouraging the use of regulations when farming them. Okay, next year, 2026, Wednesday, August 5th, 2027, Thursday, August 5th, 2028, Saturday, August 5th, and of course, Sunday, 2029, Sunday, August 5th, and 2030, Monday, August 5th. All right, let's go to, let me see. Let me um let me see something here. Yeah, this is crazy, man. All right, Golden Globes of movies and podcasts that got nominations and some snubs. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see something here. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Golden Globes. 2026 nominations. 2026 nominations. Has there been any snubs? Let me see. Let me see. And nominations and snubs. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. This is from all right, let's take a look at Deadline. All right, let's take a look at this. So, unveiled at an hang on. Unveiled at an ungodly hour Monday by Marlon Wayans and Sky P. Marshall. The nominations for next month's 83rd Golden Globes didn't come without some pain and some answered prayers. Across 28 categories, including the newly introduced and contentious in some legacy circles, Best Podcast Bracket, Monday's non-saw Oscar dreams get closer to reality for some and Emmys redux for others. Good morning, Seth Rogen. That's funny. Oh man. Let me see. That means the morning coffee and treadmill will be all the more of a joke for Warner Brothers sinners and one battle after another. Apple TV's The Studio, HBO's The White Lotus, and potential Warner Brothers owner Netflix's limited series Adolescence. For Sydney Sweeney, the Harp campaigning Ben Shapiro, House of Dynamite, and its director Catherine Bigelow, and Wicked for Good, the actual movie, and an awards hoop jumping exercise that seems to give everyone a trophy or at least a nomination. Well, they might want to have a shot of something a lot stronger than just a cup of Joe this disappointing AM. Tellingly, this morning's pre-dawn Globes announcement comes after just hours after big win Sunday for sentimental values. Stellan Skarsgård, one battle after another's Tiana Taylor, its director Paul Thomas Anderson, and the drama itself at the 2025 Los Angeles Film Critics Association Awards. Like today's nominations, the City of Angels critics also were very good to If I Had Legs, I Kick You's Rose Byrne and Blue Moon's Ethan Hawke. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Now, with the nominations out there and the campaigns kicking into high gear for the Party of the Year as Globes president, Helen Hohen seems to call it every year. The next steps on the road to the Nikki Glaser, hosted ceremony before its January 11th primetime broadcast on CBS and Paramount Plus for its final. Paramount Plus is for final ballots being sent out on December 19th. Then, as everyone gets over their NYE hangover or regrets, those ballots will be sent back on January 3rd. After the January 8th Golden Eve celebrates lifetime achievement honors for Helen Mirren, the Cecil B. DeMille Award, and Sarah Jessica Parker the Cara Burnett Award, the actual Golden Globes will hit the David Ellison owned net and streamer on the second Sunday of 2026 live from the Beverly Hilton. Before that, there are some wounds to be healed and some shocks to get over. As our Golden Globes 2026 snubs and surprises list makes clear, take a look, feel the pain, and drop us a line of you think we've missed anyone or any show, film, or podcast. Not you, Ben Shapiro. Now we go to the snubs. Oh man, Wicked for Good got snubbed. Oh wow. The Wizard of Oz retelling brought home nominations for its tunes, its glad glad handing, and globe-trotting stars Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and even a box office nod, but no Best Picture, musical, or comedy. So besides snubbing director John M. Chu, Globes voters really liked every part of the resolution of the Wicked Witch of the West saga, but the actual movie itself, talk about a cowardly lion. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's really fucked up though. Anyway, Catherine Bigelow, Netflix's big name, big ideas, nuclear war flick House of Dynamite proved a dud today, almost across the board. Believing, believing out its Oscar-winning director feels like a very intentional detonation in the face of the streamer and the film's Helmer. Kristen Scott Thomas, the fifth season of Slow Horses, rightfully got a nomination, as did its male lead Gary Oldman. But there was a real lack of spycraft on the part of Globe voters in the absence of the female lead, who throws those disparaging cold water zingers out in the cold halls of MI5 as the ambitious Diana Taverner. Joe Rogan. Oh wow. In blue states and red states, the Globes always are accused, often correctly, of pandering to the big names on the red carpet and at the ceremony. Guess when it comes to the heavyweight of talk and the hugely listened to the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast King Rogan, who I hear can deliver a good joke or two on stage. That proved bizarrely not to be the case. Oh, one me Musaku. There was a lot of love for Ryan Coogler's Sinners this morning, yet with all the Globes sunshine glaring on the vampire infused film. It truly bites that one me Masaku was denied a well-earned Best Supporting Female Actor in any motion picture nomination. In fact, it's a sin on many levels. Oh, damn. Damn, that shit sucks. Anyway, Newbies TV, traditionally the Golden Globes tosses a bone to new small screen projects as the paper. The lowdown, I love LA Sirens and Dope Thief discovered. Today they broke with tradition. Sydney Sweeney, the Christie star, got in the ring and punched hard this campaign season for some recognition that didn't involve denim. Sadly, Sweeney didn't land a blow this morning. Oh shit. It's because her movie fucking bombed along with The Housemaid. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. Ben Shapiro, the Daily Wire co-founder, campaigned like hell for a shot on the new best podcast list. Despite showing up for the opening of almost every envelope and panel show in town and dropping a lot of dough on ads, Shapiro came up short. Shit. Avatar Fire and Ash, which comes out December 19th, James Cameron's latest epic, hasn't even been released yet. It doesn't come out till December 19th, which is the same day as the SpongeBob movie that comes out. But it got a box office nomination and no Best Picture nomination. Was the list put together by AI or just bad math? Oh shit. Taylor Sheridan, the Yellowstone creator, never has been as big a hit with award shows as his shows are with audiences, but to leave out Billy Bob Thornton led Landman, well, that's making it personal. Oh, wow. Catherine Lanasa, the pit star, won the Emmy not too long ago, but ended up in the Golden Globes ER this morning. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. The Last of Us, it was a Globes apocalypse for the usually acclaimed HBO drama today. Surprises, Nick Cave with novels, with, with Wender's cameos, poetry, and talk show excellence, not to mention decades of killer tunes. The Bad Seeds frontman has done it all, even more so with a Golden Globe nomination for his title song from Train Dreams. Uh, Rhea Seahorn. Not really a surprise that the pluribus, hold on, pluribus lead has received the respect she so deserves this morning. But after years of getting snubbed by the Globes and its former HFPA gang for her excellent Better Call Saul work, even with multiple Emmy noms, to hear Seahorn's name called out this AM was sweet. Jacob Elordi, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, um, was all over the Globes nomination this year. So it's nice to see some double dipping love for Elordi. By that, I mean a little something else that wasn't from the genius of Mary Shelley, seen by few but clearly loved by many. Australian miniseries The Narrow Road to the Deep North also brought a TV nom for the Euphoria actor, a bit out of the box in the best way for the Globes. Before I go on, I want to actually explain something. I actually talked about the differentiation between being nominated and winning an award. Now, when 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 a TV show or a movie or an actor or an actress get nominated, it's a possibility that they might win, but they're not. Versus 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 winning an award, because winning an award is more it's more it's more feasible for the actors, actresses, the TV shows and movies. I think they're really, I mean, a lot of times, it's I mean, this is why a lot of people don't really watch award shows like that anymore, because of all the snubs and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? It's just it's just crazy, man. Like I can't even, oh my goodness, man. All right. Um so yeah. So that's just crazy on that part though, man. Anyway, man. Let's go on to, hold on. Let's see. Let's go on to some TV stuff actually. Oh yes. Let's go on to some TV stuff actually. Um as a matter of fact, let me see. All right. All right, let's get on to some TV stuff here. All right, some TV show checkouts. Hang on one second. Let me set this up. Um, oh man. Oh man, that's really crazy funny though. But so yeah. All right. All right, let's get into hold on a second here. Come on. right. All right. Here we go. TV show checkouts. All right. Um all right. So there is a spin-off. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Um Hang on one second. So there's a spin-off to SWAT that's happening. Let me just find that story. Let me find that story. Hold on one second. Yeah, actually there's two spin-offs that um we need to talk about here. That's in the works. Um and this is from the folks from Variety. So so production is officially underway on SWAT Exiles. And for those of you who may not know, for those of you who may not know what SWAT Exiles is about, it is the spin-off series that will see Shamar Moore continue in the role of Daniel Hondo Harrelson. Sony Pictures Television is producing the series in Los Angeles, utilizing the same production crew that worked on the original CBS show. The announcement comes ahead of Sony's return to um, MIPCOM in Cannes, where the studio will showcase the series alongside its slate of other scripted and unscripted series. Get ready for SWAT 2.0, Moore said. After 8 incredible years of defying the odds and entertaining the world, we're about to take the franchise to a whole new level, bigger, better, and edgier. Um, let's see. With a fresh cast and a darker, more intense Hondo. Hold on a sec. Um, we're ready to bring this story to life and show you what we've created together. Thanks to the fans and Sony for keeping us alive. You won't want to miss what's next. Along with more, the new cast of the series includes Lucy Barrett Dane Bradley, Zara Gorecki, Freddie Myers, Ronan Rubinstein, SWAT stars Jay Harrington and Patrick St. Spirit will appear in the Exiles pilot as guest stars. It's been electric being back on set, says showrunner Jason Ning. You can feel the creative energy shift. We're honoring what made SWAT great while reinventing it through this scrappier, more character-driven lens. The new cast came in hungry. The crew's firing on all cylinders, and it already feels like Exiles has its own heartbeat. The official logline for Exiles states in quote, after a high-profile mission goes sideways, Daniel Hondo Harrelson is pulled out of forced retirement to lead a last chance experimental SWAT unit made up of untested, unpredictable young recruits. And Hondo must bridge a generational divide. Yes, Daniel Hondo Harrelson is pulled out. Yeah, yeah, it's pulled out of forced retirement to lead a last minute experimental unit made up of untested, unpredictable young recruits. Hondo must bridge a generational divide, navigate clashing personalities, and turn a squad of outsiders into a team capable of protecting the city and saving the program that made him who he is. Ning serves as showrunner and executive producer. Neil H. Moritz and Pavon Shetty of original film also executive produced along with more James Skura and John Cohen. Sony Pictures Television produces and distributes the 10-episode series globally. The reboot of SWAT debuted on CBS in 2017. The broadcast network originally canceled the show after 6th season, only to reverse course and announce it would be back for a 7th and final season. And then the show earned an 8th season reprieve, only to be canceled once again in March. Another TV spin-off to look out for is um is The Rookie. All right, so ABC is moving forward with the Rookie spin-off, The Rookie North, with the broadcast network giving the project a pilot order. In addition, Jay Ellis has been cast in the lead role of the project, which was first reported to be in development at ABC back in December 2024. The Rookie North has moved steadily forward toward a pilot order since then. The official logline for the show states, in quote, Alex Holland um, believed his midlife wasn't worthy of a crisis, but after a violent home invasion ignites a dormant purpose, Alex battles a lifeline of failed commitments by joining the Pierce County Police Department as its oldest rookie. Policing from the urban coast to the rural forest where backup isn't just 5 minutes away. Alex must prove to his skeptical training officer um training officer, hold on a second. Um his training officer, his fellow rookies, and himself that he's finally found something worthy of the fight. The rookie creator, Alexi Harley, will write, executive produce, and direct the pilot. The rookie star Nathan Fillion, the original, will executive produce as well, along with Mark Gordon, Bill Norcross, and Michelle Chapman. Ellis will produce in addition to starring Lionsgate, tw- Lionsgate Television and 20th Television will produce. The Rookie was renewed for an eighth season earlier this year, which is scheduled to debut on January 6th, 2026. I think that's the same day as Will Trent. Should the Rookie North get picked up to series, it would be the second spinoff of the Mothership show to date. ABC previously aired The Rookie Feds starring Niecy Nash Betts, but that show was canceled after one season in 2023. Um, Ellis is best known for his starring roles in shows like Insecure at HBO and The Game during its run at BET. He currently appears in the Netflix basketball comedy Running Point, which is prepping its second season, and recently starred in the Peacock drama All Her Fault. Next up, he will appear in Mindy Kaling's Hulu comedy series Not Suitable for Work. In film, Ellis has been in features such as Top Gun Maverick and Freaky Tales. Hmm. Ellis is rep by UTA Entertainment 360 and Lead Company and Hanson Jacobson. Harley is rep by the Schumann Company and Hanson Jacobson. Okay. Two TV shows. Hold on. Excuse me. Hold on. Two spin-off TV series on CBS got renewed. Hold on. I want to get into this actually before I go into the next one. So hold on. Hold on 1 second. Two. Hold on. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so variety. Okay, so both Boston Blue and Sheriff Country have been renewed for season two, as CBS Variety has learned. Both shows are spin-offs of other CBS series, Blue Bloods and Fire Country, respectively. Both also air on Friday nights on the broadcaster, having premiered as part of the CBS fall lineup on October 17th, and having aired 6 episodes each to date. CBS Studios both produced both series. Um, Two new shows on Friday night have become instant hits, with audiences quickly embracing Boston Blue and Sheriff Country across broadcast and streaming, said Amy Reisenbach, president of CBS Entertainment. These early renewals reflect the power of character-driven storytelling, compelling narrators, and the exceptional talent on both sides of the camera that makes these series truly stand out. Per Nielsen Live Plus 7 multi-platform data, Sheriff Country is averaging 7.6 million views. 7.6 million viewers per episode to date, while Boston Blue is averaging 8 million. Both shows have also helped CBS win every Friday night in total viewers since their debut. Sheriff Country Sheriff Country stars Morena Baccarin, Matt Loria, W. Earl Brown, Christopher Gorham, and Michelle Weaver. The log line for the series states, set in small town Edgewater, California, Sheriff Country follows Sheriff Mickey Fox as she investigates criminal activity while navigating complex family dynamics. The series was created by Max Terrio, who is also in Fire Country, Tony Phelan, and Joanne Rader, who also created Fire Country. Also, all serve as executive producers along with Matt Lopez, as well as Jerry Bruckheimer and Christy Ann Reed for Jerry Bruckheimer Television. Donnie Wahlberg reprises his role, his Blue Bloods role as former NYPD detective Danny Reagan as he joins the Boston um, Police Department. Sonequa Martin Green plays his partner, Detective Lena Silva. Hang on one second. The cast also includes Gloria Rubin, Maggie Lawson, Marcus Scribner, Mika Emerson, and Ernie Hudson. Emerson plays Sean Reagan, Danny's son, who was originally played by Andrew Tariciano on Blue Bloods. Brandon Sonia and Brandon Margolis developed Boston Blue and executive produced along with Wahlberg, Bruckheimer, and Reed. Yeah, so before I go on, you can check out Sheriff Country Fridays at 8, Fire Country Fridays at 9, and Boston Blue Fridays at 10 p.m. Congratulations to Sheriff Country and Boston Blue for getting renewed for season 2. I want to make some noise for these two spinoffs right here, man, being a hit. So, yeah, that's a big accomplishment in TV history. Hold on a second. Let's see what else I have to talk about. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have anything to talk about as far as like, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if there's anything food related. Okay. I haven't done. So I have not done this segment for a very long time, actually. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, actually. So let's get into. Okay. Hold on. Hang on. Okay. Yes. I haven't done munchies and drinks for a very long time, so yeah, so there you go right there. Munchies and drinks. Let's go. All right. Are you looking for some places to eat where you don't feel like doing any cooking at the in the kitchen? I got something for you folks though. So hold on. And this is from AMNY in the eat and drink section actually. So Ziggy's Roman Cafe debuted on Thursday, November 13th, 2025 at 15 Main Street in the heart of Dumbo, Brooklyn, offering high quality Italian cuisine and an elevated ambience designated for any day of the week. Founders Helen Zhang, a former restaurant publicist with 15 years of experience in hospitality, public relations, and Igor Hadzismajovic, a co-founder of Employees Only Cocktail Bar, envisioned a local restaurant where children are welcome to enjoy a meal during the day and adults can meet friends for drinks in the evening. Dumbo is such a special neighborhood, but because of heavy tourist traffic, it lacks accessible, no fuss restaurants that serve the people who live here, Zhang said. After years of industry friends, neighbors, and school parents asking us to open something with great food and a relaxed vibe, we finally said yes. We're collaborating with amazing chefs to create a menu of approachable, craveable Italian favorites that feel special. This is our dream restaurant inspired by our family and designed for a good time. Architect Joni Beto, um, Adamovic, Adamovic designed the two-story restaurant with three main areas. Oh, upon entering the ground floor, guests can choose between the bar area or the main dining area, which seats up to 45 people. 45 people. Let me see. The decor features artistic touches, including ceilings fitted with custom billboard style whiteboards and pierced lighting that creates an optical illusion, spelling Roman when viewed from a specific angle. The effect is complemented by a moonlight fixture designed by Dutch designer Bert Jan Pot. The space also features inside jokes carved into the walls by the team and a gallery highlighting children's artwork, which can be submitted for display and sold to benefit a charity of the child's choice. The mezzanine or semi private floor seats up to 26 and includes its own private bar, extra long windows for natural lighting, Norwegian rose marble tables, and a custom built banquet. The space can serve as a semi private room and play area for kids, featuring a play mat and sensory toys. Guests are greeted by a playful abstract portrait sitting in this garden by Brooklyn born artist David Mr. Star City White from his series Loverboy, Moonlit Roses, and Heartache. The menu, created by Chef John Poi Arkoff. Yes, Chef John Poi Arkoff, former executive chef at Marta, focuses on Italian dishes such as artichokes alla romana, cassio e pepe, and chicoria with squash. The menu also features thin crust Roman style pizzas by um, Federico Crociani, including stracciatella with cherry tomatoes and basil, and marinara with art hold on anchovy speckled Roman pesto. The the cocktail menu offers straightforward drinks developed by Jason Cosmas, co-founder of Employees Only and Forged Gin, reflecting bold flavors and a sense of nostalgia. The menu is divided into categories: martinis, fancy cocktails, bellinis, and low ABV, as well as selections of beer and wine to celebrate Italy's drinking culture. Um, Nothing is precious, but everything is thoughtful and delicious, Cosmas said. We want to welcome people, especially residents and neighbors, as they are, with or without kids and without pretense. Um, Hadzis Majovic added. The menu philosophy comes from wanting to give parents, neighbors, and everyone in between a place where they can come in at any time of the day and still enjoy a well made cocktail and food in a friendly, intimate space. Ziggy's Roman Cafe is open Wednesday through Sunday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. with additional hours and offerings expected in the coming months. The restaurant accepts walk ins only. Um, for more information, you can follow Ziggy's Roman Cafe or visit ziggy'sromancafe.com. Make sure you go check out that restaurant. All right, let's see. So we have another restaurant in particular. There's a moment just as the door swings open when Berenbow Brazilian table sweeps over you like a warm breath on your neck, slow, seductive charge with life. 'Tis the season to be jolly, although New Yorkers know December can feel like a marathon wrapped in tinsel. Berenbow arrives as the perfect escape hatch. If you need a break from the holiday cheer, the office parties, or the Fifth Avenue crowds, this restaurant gives you a full Brazilian vacation for a fraction of the effort. Step inside and the stress evaporates, excuse me. Midtown melts away. Something far more delicious takes over. The space glows with an amber hum, curves like a whispered invitation, and holds that unmistakable real swagger. The terrazzo floors feels like um I Ipanema snuck indoors. The whole atmosphere urges you to loosen your shoulders, take a breath, and lean into your pleasure. Okay. Berenbow does not ask you to unwind. It insists on it gracefully and decisively. The the Kai Rena, excuse me. The Caipirinha arrives like a party trick from the gods. It is bright enough to cut through winter, icy enough to wake you up, and potent enough to make you forget the office holiday email you have been avoiding. Lime takes center stage with the confidence of a starlet practically vibrating with joy. New York's first dedicated Caipirinha bar stands beneath arches inspired by Rio's Two Brothers Mountain, turning every sip into its own tiny vacation. I ordered one, felt its charm, then immediately ordered another. December requires survival tactics. The the Picana feast serves its own parade. A 38-ounce masterpiece of top sirloin arrives tableside, sliced like an unveiling. The medium rare glisten alone should qualify as emotional support. The first bite stops conversation. The second launches you into devotion. The third makes you wonder why you ever ate steak anywhere else. This is a feast meant to be shared. Splitting it is highly recommended unless you are in training for a competitive eating circuit. Broccolini rice, bacon, farofa, and Brazilian vinaigrette complete the production with pitch perfect harmony. Okay. All right. Design that makes you act up. Perimbo follows the central script of Brazilian mid-century modernism. Everything curves, gleams, or glows. The rope woven ceiling radiates warmth. Yes, warmths. The tropical woodwork wraps around you like a well-timed embrace. The lighting feels custom built to make you look irresistible. Let's see. The space also doubles as a cultural showcase. David Jose's painted waves crash in layered color. Waxamani, um, Mi Hinako offers indigenous symbology that holds the room in contemplative balance. Justin Allrine's textured environmental sculpture greets guests with quiet drama. This is dining elevated into cultural immersion, excuse me. All right, so we have the team behind the magic. Mario D. Matos built this place as a love letter to his homeland. He brings Rio's rhythm, New York's ambition, and a tender pride that pulses through every detail. General Manager Gilson Val creates service that feels both refined and affectionate. Executive Chef Victor Vasconcelos shapes a menu worthy of his culinary pedigree, honoring tradition while pushing flavor forward. You feel the team's heartbeat in every plate and every warm gesture. The verdict: this is holiday season salvation. The cocktails carry you. The pie canna seduces you. The ambience wraps you in tropical confidence. The escape is real, immediate, and delicious. Midtown finds its glow here. Um, um, Barimbo redefines what a night can be. Um, let's see. Offering you rhythm, heat, indulgence, and the joyful reminder that pleasure is a winter essential. 5 stars, mindful devotion, and a K Parina field vow to return soon. Um, so yeah, make sure you check that out. I'm not sure what the let me see what the address is. Yeah, let me make sure I get the address before I go on to the next one. Um, where is this? Damn, it doesn't give you the address. Damn, it does not give you the address. That's wow. 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 Oh, it's in Manhattan in the village. It's in Manhattan in the village actually. Midtown, yeah, Midtown, the yeah, Midtown's in Midtown. Um, let me get the address. So Bowl Brazilian table. Bro. Okay, let me get the address so I can actually. All right, so let me get the address. So Bowl, Brazilian. Hold on, Brazilian table street address. Okay. So Bowl Brazilian table is located. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what the. Let me see. So it's basically on 36th Street, West Village. Wait, so where's the street address though? I don't see the street address. Hang on one second here. No, hold on. Hold on. It's 43 Carmine Street, New York 10014. All right. So they're open on Mondays. They're closed on Tuesdays. They're open on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays. So they're open 11:30 to 9:30 p.m. and Friday and Saturday they are open until they're open at 11 a.m. Excuse me, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. And Sunday is 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. So you can go to BearingBowlNYC.com. Make sure you get your reservations and of course you can check out the menu from there. All right, so let's go to another place. This one involves hot chocolate. All right, so the holidays are officially in full swing as Glace welcomes back its viral hot chocolate for the season. This tasty treat is officially available, which already happened, which as of November 7th, which already opened already at the Upper East Side flagship store and the Rockefeller Center truck. What started as a traditional neighborhood ice cream shop has developed into a dessert experience, says Sasha Zabar, the founder and visionary behind Glace. The store offers a seasonally rotating menu of innovative desserts created with artists artists artisanal ingredients and recipes developed in house. Let's see. I think the single kind of through line is that everything we do needs to look really good, needs to taste really good, and needs to be a little bit different, says Zabar. Glace is best known for its amplified hot chocolates, which have led to many lines wrapped around the block over the past 2 years and are becoming an integral part of the New York City holiday experience. The idea for these hot chocolates originally stemmed from another glaze specialty, the Baked Alaska Sundae. Between this creation and the need for items that appeal to customers all year, the viral hot chocolates were born. For making the meringue for the Bake Alaska, says Zabar. I felt like if I could make it thicker and a little chewier, I could get it to sit on top of the rim of the cup. And it could be like a pipe marshmallow rim. This year, the starting trio of hot chocolate flavors is the classic, the Ferrero, and the brownie batter. This looks pretty good, man. The chocolate we use which is a single origin chocolate from Ecuador, just for the brownie batter. It kind it kind of also has a slight smokiness to it. So it's actually much more nuanced than the name implies, says Zabar. Many different flavors rotate in throughout the season, Zabar said the classic remains um, the shop's bestseller and serves as a good entry point for sweets. The Glaze store is located at 1266 Madison Avenue between 90th and 91st Street and is open daily from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. The truck is located at 30 Rockefeller Plaza on 49th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues and is open from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday through to Saturday, excuse me. As the holiday season progresses, Zalbar noted that customers should be on the lookout for new flavors and collaborations. Be sure to stop by one of their locations and pick up one of Glace's famous hot chocolates. All right. And you can also check out their menus as well on there. You can also check out their menus. Hold on, let me see something here. Yes, you could check out let me see. Yes, you can check. Let me see if there's a way to. Nah, you know what? You know what? Yeah. As a matter of fact, you can check out their menus, press inquiries, events on their website, glaceny.com. All right. Now I want to go on to some Christmas events that's happening. That's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to go on to some Christmas events. Let me see some Christmas events. Let me see something here. Um, yeah, we got some Christmas events that's going down. I want to actually, oh shit. Hold on a second. Yes, there is. Let me see. Let me get this. All right, all right. All right. Time for the rundown of some fun activities to do for the weekend, which is remains to be seen. Let's get into it right here.
Remains to be seen, kid. Get it? Remains to be seen.
With Christmas looming around the corner, days away, I figured I'd take the time to actually get into some Christmas places that you can check out, and alongside with what's going on tomorrow, which is the Queens baseball convention, which is happening. So I want to go on to the Christmas stuff first. The Christmas stuff, I want to actually get into this right here. So this is Frosty's Christmas bar. You can get your tickets over there at Frosty's Christmas bar, Frosty's Christmas dot bar slash New York. And yes, so so Frosty's bar is an amazingly over the top 20 plus Christmas experience in the heart of New York. Frosty's bar Frosty's Christmas bar, excuse me, is back for the 2025 holiday season better than ever. We have sensational seasonal cocktails, wonderfully interactive holiday photo experiences, lights and music, and the party always goes late. Enjoy a holiday bar experience that will knock your Christmas stockings off with Frosty's bar. Yes. Yes. So yeah. Wow. Wow. Hold on a second here. Let me. So this includes endless Christmas fun, ultimate Christmas experience, holiday inspired cocktails, and Instagrammable holiday decor. This is wow. This is so fun, man. All right. All right. So that's Frosty's Christmas dot bar slash New York. All right. Check that out. Make sure you get your tickets. You can check out their menus and all that great stuff whatsoever. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Yes. Yes. There's some Christmas there's some Christmas concerts that's going to make your spirit bright. Let's get into it right here. I didn't get a chance to record yesterday to mention that the Jingle Ball is happening at Madison Square Garden. I didn't get a chance to talk about that as well. Now, if you didn't get a chance to get your tickets and stuff, you can listen. You can listen on iHeartRadio, and you can listen through Z100. And I want to actually mention who's in it. I want to actually mention who's going to be performing and stuff. So let me see who's going to be performing. I did see Nelly on the list too, actually. As a matter of fact, wait, featuring megastars like let me see. Damn, hold on a second. Okay, Ed Sheeran, Conan Gray, Renee Rapp, um, Luffy, Monster X. Hold on a second here. Yeah. Yeah, I did see Nelly. I did see Nelly on there as well. Of course, you got the Rockettes that's celebrating its 100th anniversary, and they are doing their Christmas spectacular. No NYC holiday season is complete without the Radio City Rockettes Christmas Spectacular running at Radio City Music Hall through January 2026. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 2026. Yeah, 2026. It must be an error or something. Yeah, this show has been dazzling audiences for decades with its precision dancing, elaborate costumes, and festive numbers, including the parade of the wooden soldiers and the living nativity. The Rockettes' trademark high kick lines, perfectly synchronized spins, and radiant smiles bring energy and joy to the massive theater, creating a sense of wonder for children and adults alike. The production blends classic numbers with modern holiday touches, including dazzling light effects and high tech set pieces. For many, attending the Christmas spectacular is as much a holiday tradition as seeing the Rockefeller Center tree, which I'll discuss that next. Actually, I want to talk about what's going on in Philadelphia next. Um, a shared experience that evokes nostalgia while creating new memories. Of course, you can go to their website, rockettes.com/Christmas. All right, so candlelight concerts. Listen, not so sure about this whole religious stuff. So let me see. Yeah, I'm not too. I'm gonna skip that. I'm just gonna so candlelight concerts, intimate holiday magic. You can go to feverup.com. All right, classical grandeur, the Nutcracker, and New York hold on, Philharmonic. All right, so yeah, so the Nutcracker so the Nutcracker takes place the the Nutcracker George Belen Balanchian production takes place at Lincoln Center, which now runs from late November through early January, blending classical music, ballet, and festive storytelling. Audiences are treated to stunning choreography, lavish sets, and whimsical costumes that bring the fantastical world of the land of sweets to life. And if you want to check out some more information, you can go to lincolncenter.org. And whatever this is. Let me see. All right, quirky NYC traditions. Should I do that? Hang on. Yeah, there you go. Let me see something here for Philadelphia before I go on to anything related to New York. Let me see things to do for the people in Philadelphia right now. Looking for some fun activities to do for the weekend. I got you. And this is from the Philadelphia Citizen.org website. All right. So let's get into this right here. Let's get into this right here. Things to do this week in Philly. So, Science on Tap, George Blanchin's The Nutcracker, a one-man Nutcracker bearded ladies cabaret at um, the Winnaker, um, Tay screening at Carpenter's Hall, the Roddenberries at City Winery, and mixed science and drinking. It is let's see, yeah, that's happening. Yeah, it's a free admission thing. You pay as you eat and drink. It's located at 22 South 3rd Street. This is the Rebel Tap. So it's December 8th from, yeah, it's too late now. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, the Nutcracker is now through December 31st. It's 29. It's between 29 to $270 plus 240 South Broad Street. Um, that's for the Philadelphia Ballet. George Blanchin's The Nutcracker. Yeah, there you go. At the Academy of Music, so that's where it takes place. Let's see. There's anything else? Um, okay, so what are you giving to close out 2025? Of course, there's Opera Philadelphia's Pipe Up series continues with its Giving Cabaret. It's from December the 10th through December 14th from 9 p.m. to, wait, hold on, 9 p.m. Is it 9? Yeah, 9 to 11 p.m. I'm not too sure if it's in the daytime, but it might be at night. At the Wintermaker, the bearded ladies bring drag, sing-alongs, acrobatics, jazz, and the resurrection of Philadelphia's favorite long dead French chant- chanteuse to this end of a dumpster fire year holiday tradition, and it is 11:20. Uh, hold on, $11.20 and between $11.20 to $52. 1301 Chestnut Street. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Yes, so boldly go see a sci-fi rock holiday cabaret. That seems like a lot, right? Well, it is on this. Yeah. Well, nah, it's too late. It's too late, man. Too late. Anyway, for the weekend, for the weekend. Okay, go bingo, be gay, bring toys. Twas the night before Christmas. Gay bingo and holiday toy drive happens at Congressional Rodef Shalom. That takes place tomorrow, December 13th at 6 p.m. Bring a new unwrapped toy for a child affected by HIV. Tickets include 9 lap games and it's $50. Located at 615 North Broad Street. Shop at a Bazaar Holiday Market, West Philly Bazaar's inaugural holiday market. It's being held at the Cavalry Center December 13th from noon to 6 p.m. Over 30 local vendors for gifts will be on hand, plus food and beverage and seating. Pay as you go, located at 48th Street and Baltimore Avenue. Have a haunted Christmas in Kensington. It's happening tomorrow, December 13th from noon to 7 p.m. Philadelphia Brewing Company hosts Haunted Christmas with makers, music, Krampus, and spooky short films on the big screen. Pay as you go. um 2440 Frankfurt Avenue. Let's see. Celebrate the season with a traditional stage spectacular. Philly Pops, a Philly holiday spectacular comes to Marion Anderson Hall tomorrow, December 13th at 3 p.m. and December 14th at 7:30 p.m. The Philly Pops Chorus, the St. Thomas Gospel Choir, the Philadelphia Boys Choir, and a rumored special guest from the North Pole will deck the halls on deck the halls for the holidays. So prices is in between $50 to $136, located at 300 South Broad Street. All right. All right. Let's see. So we have yeah, we have the All Cities menorah lighting on December 14th at 4:30 p.m. In honor of Hanukkah. The Betsy Ross House joins the Old City Jewish Arts Center. Excuse me, the Old Jewish, excuse me, the Old City Jewish Arts Center for the community menorah lighting ceremony. It's a free event located at 239 Arch Street. And of course, See Washington crossing the Delaware. Um, Sunday, December 14th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Friends of Washington Crossing Park will host the crossing reenactment at Washington Crossing Historic Park, featuring hundreds of reenactors in full Continental Army dress performing military drills, fife, and drum music, and the dramatic river crossing in replica Durham boats. Prices is between $5 to $25. Located at 1112 River Road, Washington Crossing, Pennsylvania. And well, there's your problem. It's a podcast about engineering disasters with slides. Local podcast heroes Justin and Liam are joined by their co-host November, all the way from the UK, for a live taping of Well, There's Your Problem at Union Transfer, which takes place December 14th, which is a Sunday, and December 15th at 8 p.m. on a Monday. 21 and over only, and the price is $52.07, located at 1026 Spring Garden Street. And so yeah. Yeah. So okay. Okay. Now, if you want to take a look at all the places that's happening and all that other stuff, for the people that's in Philadelphia, you can check out the website, the philadelphiacitizen.org. All right. Now, I want to talk about the Queens Baseball Convention that's happening tomorrow, which is Saturday. All right, so join the ultimate fan community for Queens Baseball Convention. Get the latest news, exclusive content, and can connect with other Queens Baseball Convention fans around the world. Tickets are on sale right now. Make sure you hurry up and get your tickets. And some information. So let's see some information, which is happening tomorrow, which is Saturday, and it's located at 4 Points by Sheraton, 33-68 Farrington Street, located in Flushing, Queens, New York. The time starts 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tickets are available at queensbaseballconvention.com or Eventbrite. Join Mets fans for the Ultimate Fan Fest at the Queens Baseball Convention 2025, a celebration of all things New York Mets held at the 4 Points by Sheraton in Flushing, Queens. Organized by Passionate fans for fans, Queens Baseball Convention combines the excitement of a Comic Con with the nostalgia of a baseball card show, offering a fun filled day to kick off the off season and fuel your Mets fever. Event highlights appearing this year for panels and autographs: 1986 World Champion Jesse Oroso, Terry Car- Terry Collins, and retired umpire Tommy Hollian. Current New York Mets player Brett Beatty's going to be there. State of the Mets panel dive into the latest Mets news, rumors, and off-season strategies with a lively discussion led by Gotham Baseball's Mark C. Healy. In the past, it has featured expert insights from top Mets analysts, including Joe DeMayo of SNY's The Mets Pod, Anthony Rivera of Subway to Shade Podcast is going to be there, Matt Ibanez from Till Mets Do His Part podcast is going to be there alongside with John Sapanero and more. Get the scoop on the team's 2025 outlook and what's next for the Amazings. SNY is bringing in Baseball Night in New York to do a live version with on-air talent. Mets make a deal with Dennis Holden. Test your Mets knowledge and negotiation skills in this fan favorite game show hosted by Dennis Holden. Compete for exclusive Mets prizes and bragging rights in a fun, interactive session that brings out the inner GM in every fan. Yes, and as I said, it is hosted by John Sapanero, native New Yorker now living in California. The charismatic John Sapanero is a QBC staple and co-host of Till Mets Do His Part. Will keep the energy high as he hosts panels and engages with fans throughout the day. Special guest appearances rub elbows with Mets legends and personalities. Past guests have included Ray Knight, Jose Reyes, Turk Wendell, and more. Stay tuned for 2025's lineup announcement. Enjoy Q&A sessions, autograph signings, and memorable memories from Mets history. This year's guests include 1986 World Champion Jesse Orozco, The Terry Collins Show featuring Terry Collins and retired umpire Tommy Hollian and Brett Beatty from the New York Mets. Vendor galore browse a treasure trove of Mets memorabilia, from rare baseball cards and Hall of Fame collectibles to custom artwork and team apparel. Vendors like artist Brian Kahn will offer unique items for collectors and casual fans alike. There will be foods and drinks, savor delicious offerings from Grand Affair, a QBC partner, with a menu featuring fan favorite bites and refreshing drinks to keep you fueled all day. Prizes and giveaways, trivia contests, and exclusive swag. Past events have featured bobbleheads, signed memorabilia, and more. Don't miss your chance to score. Whether you are a diehard Mets fan or just looking for a fun day out, QBC 2025 is the place to be for baseball community and amazing vibes. Grab your tickets now at queensbaseballconvention.com and join us to celebrate the Mets in the heart of Flushing. You can follow Queens Baseball Convention on X and Instagram for updates. Let's go Mets. So there you go, right there. Now the schedule. Listen to this. So the doors open at 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Jesse Orozco panel, 10:45 to 11:45 Jesse signing, 10:45 to 11:30 State of the Mets, 11:30 to 12:30 SNY, 12:30 to 12:40 Gil Hodges Award, 12:45 to 1:45 Terry Collins Show, 1:45 to 2:45 Collins Hallian signing. 1:45 to 2:15 intermission. 2:15 to 2:15 to 3 p.m. Mets make a deal. 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. till Mets do his part. Make sure you check that out on YouTube, on their YouTube channel page, in case you can't make it. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Brett Beatty. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Brett Beatty signing. So there you go, right there. There you go, right there. So, so there you go. Let me see. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Yes. I want to mention Domino Park. That's in Brooklyn. All right. They are open 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. So actually, Monday through Friday is from 10:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then the weekends 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. And yes, so yeah, there you go, right there. So there's skating tickets for the 2025-2026 skating season are on sale now, thanks to Verizon. Ice skating admission and skate rentals are half price for Verizon customers and NYC residents on select Wednesdays and Thursdays throughout. And you have birthday parties. Skate at Domino Park is a magical venue for a birthday celebration. Please reach out to our team to plan your party for the 2025 to 2026 skating season. So there you go, right there. And then you have Freestyle Skate, open to experienced figure skaters looking for focused practice times. Sessions allow for 1 hour on the ice. Yeah. So there you go, right there. You can check that. You can check out the tickets and stuff at www.dominopark.com/ice skating. If you want ice skating lessons, you can check out the website right now. All right. I want to get to this is another thing I want to get to actually. Yeah, I already mentioned the Jamaica Strong benefit concert in episode 429, so I don't need to mention it already. If you already got your tickets and stuff, that's taking place at the UBS Arena in Queens, New York. So I hope y'all have a good time over there. Let's see. Yes, from December 12th to the 14th. I want to actually mention let me see. So, all right, so yes, I already mentioned Jingle Ball by iHeartRadio and Z100 is happening right now. You can check it out on iHeartRadio, the app, and you can listen through Z100. All right. And SantaCon is happening this is happening on Saturday as well. So no matter which side of it you fall on, the most festive drinking event in Gotham has to be SantaCon NYC. This major mid-December celebration brings thousands of folks dressed up in red suits, elf hats, and antlers to Midtown bars for a day-long celebration. Hordes dress up for this boozy crawl, which takes place tomorrow on Saturday, December 13th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. across Midtown. We've got the scoop on how to get in on the fun or how to stay away from it. Now, if you're planning on going to SantaCon NYC, you might want to look out for some train service changes. All right. And let me see. So the Hanukkah thing. Okay, so the lighting of so two massive menorahs is happening this weekend, and it takes place in Manhattan. So Manhattan. So all right. So in Manhattan, find the world's largest Hanukkah menorah in Manhattan's Grand Army Plaza at 59th Street, across from the Plaza Hotel for all 8 days of the Festival of Lights. Yeah, the giant menorah will be lit after sunset every night of Hanukkah. Each day, a new candle will sparkle until all 8 of them are lit on the last night of the holiday. Brooklyn. Those in Brooklyn can enjoy the borough's largest menorah, which will be set up in Brooklyn's Grand Army Plaza, right outside Prospect Park. In the true style, this menorah lighting opens with an official Hanukkah kickoff concert at 4 p.m., which takes place Sunday, December 14th. Free latkes will be on offer, as will gifts for children every night of the holiday. And okay, so all right, Red Hook Design Holiday Market. Okay, so tomorrow, yeah, for the first time ever, Red Hook is joining in on the holiday run with the Red Hook Design Holiday Market on Saturday, December 13th. Okay, so it takes place by Strong Rope Brewery in Red Hook. The holiday market will open only on December 13th, which is tomorrow from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's in Red Hook, Brooklyn, 185 Van Dyke Street. Excuse me, Van Dyke Streets. Sorry for the tongue twister here. Let's see. I want to. All right, so Gingerbread City in the Seaport. If you are equal parts sugar fiend and architecture junkie, we may have just found your dream holiday destination. The Gingerbread City is bringing its winter magic and sweetness back to the Seaport for free. This free display from December 5th to the 28th at 19 Fulton Street. All right, so it's a free event. Don't forget to check that out. And this is the Queens Craft Brigade, which is which is happening on December 14th. This is the holiday market. This is in Astoria, Queens, I believe. Yeah, so the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is happening right now through mid-January. And of course, on Christmas Eve, the tree is lit for 24 hours. And on and New Year's Eve, it is lit from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. So, of course, there is a rink at Rockefeller Center, so you can check that out as well. Of course, it has 50,000 multicolored LED lights wrapped around the branches. It's topped with a three-dimensional Swarovski star that weighs 900 pounds. Damn! And sparkles in 3 million crystals. Wow. And wow. That's crazy. That's interesting right there, man. And if you're looking for comedy, Saturday Source is going down. Tomorrow, the Meat Cats Arena Chalids and Brit Miggs are serving up some labs at Brooklyn's Union Hall at 10 p.m. And yes, tomorrow on Saturday, December 13th, as part of their comedy show, Saturday Source, the duo are co-hosting the event and performing some new sketches of their own before welcoming a talented lineup of comedians, including Wally Barham, Nico Carney, Katrina Davis, Bossum Shaw, Nick Viagas, not Viagra. Oh shit. Jesse Ballard, Britt Miggs, and Arena Chalids. It promises to be the sloppiest, sauciest show you'll see. of course, Twas the Night Before is happening right now. It takes place in Madison Square Garden, the theater at Madison Square Garden, December 4th to the 28th. Of course, make sure you get your tickets to go there. Make sure you get your tickets and stuff. So, all right. So let's see. Geez. So FAD Market. All right. So the holiday schedule is okay. Of course, Dumbo Empire Stores, 55 Water Street. It's from December 1st to the 21st, daily, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Bourne Hill, 51 Bergen Street, December 6th, 7th, 13th, 14th, 20, 21, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Cobble Hill, St. Paul's, 190 Court Street, December 6th, 7th, 13th, 14th, 20th, 21, 11 a.m., 6 p.m. And you got the Urban Space Columbus Circle Holiday Market, which is going down. It's going down now through the 31st. Urban Space Columbus Circle Holiday Market. And of course, the market is closed on Christmas Day at 4 p.m. It's closed on Christmas Day and it closes at 4 p.m. on New Year's Eve. So there you go, right there. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. All right, so let's see. So this features handmade items from local artisans and snacks from vendors. Let's see. This year, Peeps Good from Centuries Clayworks, which sells original frame pieces featuring handmade, tiny, brightly colored clay bots in artful arrangements. Yeah, and so much more. And you got the Central Park holiday lights going down as well. For more than 25 years, the Central Park Conservancy has been draping the Charles A. Dana Discovery Center in holiday lights, which are illuminated every night during the season. Don't miss the flotilla of trees on the Harlem Mere, which light up for the season. While this display might not get as much attention as some of the bigger light displays, it is unconventional and underrated attraction worth a visit. Now, where is this located? You ask. Let's see. Where is this located? You ask. Let's see. Where is this located? It's not saying where it's located. Let me see. Where is this located? Damn. So I have to look up the address. Sheesh. All right, so let me see. Central Park Holiday. Let me just look for this. Let me just look for it though, man. All right, Central Park holiday lighting. Central Park holiday lighting. Excuse me. Lighting. Street address. Let's take a look here. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. Central Park holiday lighting. Let's take a look at the address. I want to actually get the address here. Let's see. Charles A. Dana Discovery Center. Where is this located, man? Where is this located? Hold on a second here. Where is this located? Okay, direction. Let me see. Directions, how to get there. Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, it's between 57th Street and 7th Avenue. If you're taking the subway or bus, yeah, it's along Central Park West. Okay, but it doesn't. But it doesn't say exactly. Okay, like it doesn't say exactly. My apologies for this. Trying to look up the street address so that way you can actually look up the street address, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, you want to visit. So where is this? Oh boy. Okay. Hang on one measly second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Not saying anything on. Anyway, let me. So the Charles A. Data Discovery Center. So where is this located? That's the question. Where is this located? That's the question. It's not saying what the locations is, so let me see. It's not saying where it is, but you know, the data center. Okay. Yeah, this is a free event, folks, in case you didn't know. This is a free event. Yeah, Central Park Holiday Lighting. Yeah, so this is the 29th annual Central Park Holiday Lighting. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. This is oof. Okay, visit event website. Um, it's not saying where it's located. That's the only issue. That's the only issue I have. All right, wait. So the Central Park Conservancy. Okay, so this is located at 717 Fifth Avenue, New York 10022. Okay, so there you go, right there. There you go, right there. Let me get to the other thing. Hold on a second. All righty then. So there you go, right there, man. Make sure you check that out. Let me see if there's anything else that I should actually know about and stuff. That I didn't get to cover. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Oh boy. Winter Waterways. All right, so you have the Winter Waterways Holiday Market, which is happening now. Um, it happened on December 7th. It's happening tomorrow, the 20th and the 21st. And the Midtown Ferry Terminal in Manhattan is located at 420, no, excuse me, 459 12th Avenue at West 39th Street. It's free to attend and will be open every Friday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. until December 28th. So there you go, right there. And then you have the double decker Christmas carousel in Greeley Square. I remember seeing this, so I figured I'd talk about it. So, a brand new double decker carousel is set to spin holiday cheer through the season in Greenlee Square at 33rd Street and Broadway. Office rides through January 6, 2026. The two-story swirl of lights, music, and storybook creatures will spin from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, offering plenty of opportunity to catch a ride before, during, or after your holiday shopping. Tickets cost $7 per person. And yeah, there you go, right there. Speaking of shopping, the carousel will be in the perfect location. It will sit just steps from steps from Macy's Herald Square, where the holidays are already in full swing. All righty then. All right. Okay. And the Chinatown holiday market for you Chinese people that's living in New York, of course, it is going down now through so the market will be open every Friday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. until December 21st on the second floor of Camman Market, 200 Canal Street. All right. So this one's for all you Chinese folks out there that's looking for fun activities to do. This one's for you. And let me see. Yes, the Cambria Heights Christmas lights. Yes, I meant to talk about that actually. So yes, so that's going down. So yeah, you can see the lights right now through New Year's Eve actually. So let's take a look and see if we can find the street address for this shit. Let's see. If you can find a street address though. Now, if you take in, hold on, Cambria Heights. So where? So what is the street? Wait, wait. Cambria Heights. That's in Manhattan, right? No, that's in Brooklyn. All right. Yeah, it's in Brooklyn. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn. Let's see. Cambria Heights. Cambria Heights Christmas lights. So 79th Street. Yeah, if you're traveling by subway, take the D train to 79th Street and New Utrecht Avenue in Brooklyn. You have to walk 15 minutes to get to the houses, and the terrain is a bit hilly. Word to the wise, traffic as well as parking is generally lousy, so you might want to leave your car at home or leave enough time to sort the car. Yeah. So, oh, okay. So you'll be breathtaking light displays from 11th and 13th Avenues, also known as Cambria Heights Boulevard, from 83rd to 86th Street in Cambria Heights, Brooklyn. Okay. If you're dri- if you're driving, you better hope you get there as early as you can to find parking. And if you're traveling by subway, you might want to get there as early as you can. So there you go, right there. It's basically, yeah, there you go, man. This is just basically like some Christmas events that's happening and stuff. So whatever Christmas events that I don't get a chance to talk about, I will try to talk about that in one of the following episodes, okay? Let me see. All right, so how about we wrap this up, man? Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up actually. Hold on. Okay. All right. We're gonna go to stream choices on the go. All right. Let's get into this. All right, make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Facebook alongside with Blue Sky Social, Threads, and Instagram. The same goes for my other podcast shows, which is my sports edition show, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, alongside with my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. And you can also follow your host with the most, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, on Threads and Instagram as well. Now, if you go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see a whole list of podcast link feeds, and it includes Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and a review. It helps the show grow, along with the confidence for me to create more new content and everything else in between. You can also listen on Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM podcast, Overhaul FM podcast, Pandora, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podo Polo, Podorama podcast, Index podcast, Addict, Podchaser podcast. Hold on, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podcatcher, Podcast Republic, Snip. You can also add the podcast to your playlist, to your Spotify playlist. You can also listen on Spotify for creators, and you can also listen on TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, the #1 app where you can listen to your favorite music artists, including rappers, hip-hop artists, singers in R&B and other music genres, your favorite AM and FM radio stations you listen to, and of course, you can listen to the episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is basically download iHeartRadio onto your phones, which is your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, and of course, let me not forget, laptops are included, such as Apple Mac laptops, and alongside with Dell laptop models. All right. And of course, make sure you click on that subscribe button on YouTube, especially leaving a like and a comment on the topics in each episode. All right. And of course, yes. So, of course, make sure you share the videos, share with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work. And, also share the Linktree link with everybody. Word of mouth is important. All right. And tell me how you feel on today's episode topics. Tell me how you feel about the topics in the comments below. Of course, your feedback is more important. Your feedback is important. And of course, make sure you also enable alerts so you'll be notified when I'll be on the air via live stream for more video podcast episode live streams, especially with new topics. New episodes are dropping Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right. And of course, yes. So there it is, man. There it is. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my other YouTube channel pages. My sports YouTube channel page of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, and my entertainment YouTube channel review, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. Make sure you subscribe to those channels as well. All right, that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most, rhymes with now or later. and and I'd like to say thank you to every single one of you for listening to the episodes and the topics and everything else in between. I will gladly remind y'all to remember the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. It's not gonna be given to you on a fucking silver platter. And of course, whatever dreams you have, don't let your parents stop you and tell you that there's no money in anything. It takes time to grow your craft. All right. It takes time to grow your craft. And of course, you have to realize that you're following your goals and dreams. This is not about your parents. All right. And whether they like it or not, you just follow your heart. Follow your heart and be on your P's and Q's. Of course, be sure to be yourself while you are recording your podcast episodes and topics while behind the microphone. Creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. And I have some more Christmas events to talk about. Whatever Christmas events I didn't get a chance to talk about, I already mentioned about the Queens baseball convention that's happening. I already mentioned a bunch of stuff that's happening in Philadelphia and New York areas, especially Manhattan, especially in Brooklyn, all that great stuff. If you like to listen to the list of some stuff, I'd like to mention to you folks at home that's from Chicago, Miami, and other places and international places. If you are looking for some fun activities to do for the week or weekends, you can check out www.timeout.com. Matter of fact, let me put that up before I even get up out of here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me look for this website. Okay, let me put up the website for you folks at home that's in areas of Chicago, Miami, Florida, and everything else. If you're looking for some fun activities to do for the week or weekend, you can check out this website right here on your screen, www.timeout.com. All right, that's www.timeout.com. All right, there you go. Write it down on a piece of paper. You can also text message the website to yourself. All right, so there you go. All right, I'm about to be out of here. Right now. So I'll see y'all next time. Let me put up the website and stuff. Yeah, there you go. So I'll see y'all next time, and stay tuned for more new topics and everything else in between in the next episode. I hope y'all have fun at the events. If you'd like to listen to this episode and hear the places to do for the weekend and stuff, you can also listen to this episode after this ends. All right. All right, peace and one love. I hope y'all have fun. Be careful out there. Be safe out there, and I hope y'all preparing yourselves for Christmas. And of course, if you haven't done any Christmas shopping, don't wait till the last minute. All that great stuff. I'll have more Christmas fun activities in the following episodes. Okay, so I got y'all with that. I'm out of here. Peace and one love. See y'all next time. Good night, everybody.